I'm sure you've all seen the headlines by now. They really tried to get me on this one. But fortunately, as always, I made it out on top. In case you're wondering what I'm talking about a week ago, I was diagnosed with IBS. If you're unfamiliar, stands for itchy ball syndrome. But actually, a week ago, as of the time I'm recording this, it was Halloween. And, it was the morning after some college Halloween activities. I woke up, I was a little bit hungover, I wasn't feeling too bad, but to say the least, I was feeling just a bit peculiar. I'm like, well, I'm probably just dehydrated, I'll get my liquid IV in, sip on some water, and that'll be the end of it. It was not the end of it. So I drank a little bit of water, like maybe a few sips, and within 15 minutes, I was pretty much incapacitated, projectile vomiting. And so I'm like, okay, maybe I went a little bit too hard last night. I didn't know getting this hungover was even possible. And I started to realize something was a little off. After about 5 hours of projectile vomiting, I looked like a fucking white alien, keeled over the side of my bed, just hurling up bile. And somehow my roommate slept through the entire thing. And at this point, I'm not just throwing up, I'm in extreme abdominal pain, specifically the lower right side of my abdomen. And at this point, you guys might see where this is going. So Gray Alien Thomas musters up the last little bit of his strength. I wake up my roommate, barely, and I'm just like, ER. After experiencing that, I am 90% sure that your body has the ability to kind of tell you when you're literally fucking dying. I don't know what it was just some kind of primal instinct I just kind of knew. Sure, the pain and vomiting sucked, but I don't know, there's just something in me, I just kind of knew that something pretty bad was going on. And we get to the ER, and within 5 to 10 minutes of being there, I'm in a wheelchair. Funnily enough, the nurses were actually asking me, hey, are you always this pale? And I just wanted to say, what the fuck do you think? I can't walk. I'm hunched over in a wheelchair with a barf bag held up to my mouth. Like, what kind of fucking question is that? I get admitted, they do some tests, put me in this weird tube thing and like scan me and look at my organs, and turns out I've got appendicitis. Luckily, the surgery went super smoothly, albeit my stomach still kind of hurts, but it seemingly, so far, as of 1 week post-op, went as expected. Now, almost dying, having surgery, appendicitis, what fucking ever, who cares? Well, I was very unpleasantly surprised to learn that for the next 4 weeks, I'm not allowed to lift anything heavy. And when they told me that, I looked like this. And while we're kind of on the topic, since my last video I posted where I said I was gonna cut really aggressively, my weight has actually stayed exactly the same. And I'm gonna go into detail explaining why in my next video. But due to a cascade of recent changes, I've kind of got the ball rolling again. I've started up, I guess, a new cut. Not to say the strategy or anything I'm doing is much different than what I talk about in my other videos. Well, let's just say the past 2 months has been very rough. So I'm sitting at about 185 pounds right now. My plan is to spend the next 2 months or so leaning out to 165 to 170. Hopefully, in like 2 weeks from the time I'm recording this video, I'm going to be able to get back into the gym at a somewhat moderate intensity. Right now I'm pretty much just praying I don't turn into a stick figure. The way I see it, I can't lift or build new muscle anyways, so I might as well just take the opportunity to kind of chill and focus on diet and other stuff and lean out and lose some fat. I'm not too concerned about muscle loss here. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely something I'm worried about, but considering the about 3 to 6 week time frame here of recovery, personally, I don't feel like the trade-off is too bad. And I'm also at a spot where I've kind of got like my mojo back when it comes to dieting and my routine. Another cool little bonus, I don't know if I talked about it in my last video, but I started Accutane because I have like this crazy chest, back, and face acne that looks very similar to how my acne looked before my first course of Accutane. And honestly, I've been too much of a wimp to post how I look shirtless because of it. That combined with being like maybe 20% body fat right now, just not being too thrilled with the presentation. But I am really hoping, in about 4 to 5 weeks, acne's gonna be pretty much cleared up. Physique is gonna look substantially better. No more disgusting tub of lard love handles. Have the V-taper and aesthetics and stuff back. Maybe lose a little bit of that muscle I gained bulking to 190. But that's not really too much of a concern to me anyways, because muscle memory will kick in when I reverse my calories back up at the end of the diet. And hopefully, January, February time rolls around and I finally have the physique I've been working towards for like the past 4 months. So yeah, despite the circumstances, things are actually looking pretty good for me. And again, as I've kind of been hinting at, due to some recent changes, I'm feeling really good, super motivated, and I'm just excited to kind of get back into the swing of things. So yeah, just like a little check-in update for you guys as I keep working towards this, getting my rhythm back together, and especially when my physique is in a little bit of a better spot. I mean, I really look like a melting ice cream cone right now, like a total mess with the body fat percentage, post-surgery, the acne and everything. To say the least, I'm really excited to look more presentable. And actually, actually make videos. If you want to be coached by me, first link in the description. Sign up so I can buy gas and protein powder and paper bowls and plastic silverware. And then when I'm shredded, maybe a Lamborghini. Subscribe because we're getting real close to 100K, and I'll see you guys in the next video.